What up, though? It's your boy. Go and see Spaceship Oasis the Incredible. And we are back with another edition of Straight Talk with Spaceship right here on www.thewildoutradio.com. Check us out on your YouTube. I want to, before I start, and I do want to give a shout out to everybody who is checking out the YouTube, who is following the page, who's actually being active in supporting our movement. Myself, Go DJ Lady J-Rock, we talk about it a lot. And, we want to bring people good opinions, good thoughts, good information, good content. And for those that are truly supporting us, truly following our movement, we want to thank you guys. And we just ask you to share. I was on Facebook scrolling today, and of course, I'm still in Facebook jail. May not even go back actively to Facebook. But I was on Facebook today, and I was scrolling through, and it's amazing how many shares people get. And then you have to ask yourself, what can I do? And even, working on the podcast, people are like, oh, you need to get on the podcast station. You got to do this. You got to do that. What up, Gigi? And I just don't believe that. What's up, Essie? I just don't believe that we have to go that regular route. I think we can be organic, but it takes you guys. It takes you guys supporting us, working with us, and just helping us out as much as we can. And we're gonna try to give you great content each and every time we get on this motherfucker. So I hope everybody had a good weekend. I hope everybody was safe. Don't forget COVID is still out here. But have fun, enjoy life. Don't let it debilitate the things that you want to do and the things you got going. Today's topic, as you see, a man that finds a wife. Oh, this is going to be a touchy subject tonight. And I don't know. I don't even really know what got me to the place to think of this topic. And if you have topics, please hit us up, thewildoutradio@gmail.com. Hit us up on the website, www.thewildoutradio, or hit us on the inbox. What up, Tosh? And so, I try to come up with these topics because most of y'all don't send us topics to talk about. You don't send me things to provoke me, which sucks, because I have to think of everything. I need your help sometime. But a man that finds a wife is what we're going to be talking about tonight. And it's not just, I get it. I was raised, anybody knows me knows I was raised in a 2-grandparent household. My grandmother and grandfather were married. We grew up Kojic. I was in the church all the time. I know some Bible scriptures. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not as proficient as everyone into the Bible. I'm not gonna give you a bunch of quotables. I know enough. I know who I believe in. I have my own relationship with God. And this is one of those Bible scriptures that I hear women say all the time. A man that finds a wife finds a good thing. I ain't chasing no man. He got to find me. And me as a man, I don't necessarily always have a comeback to that, right? This is one of those situations where you ever had a comeback, but it was like later on, right? Somebody that told you some shit and it kind of fucked your head up. And then later on, you're like, I got to come back. So I got to come back today for this. You are correct. A man that finds a wife finds a good thing. All of you ladies aren't wives. All of you ladies aren't wifey material. All of you ladies aren't presenting yourself to be a good thing. Now, when I was looking this up earlier, and I was researching this, a man that finds a wife finds a good thing. A man that finds a wife finds a good thing. And it's amazing. It's amazing. You find a lot of articles on this. One of the key words that I kept seeing was a treasure. A wife is a treasure, right? And so the first thing I want to say is, a lot of you women aren't treasures. You're not carrying yourself as a treasure. You're not exemplifying a treasure. A treasure is something to be discovered, to be found, that is worth something. And sorry to say, You finna get mad at spaceship. Some of you are not treasures. Some of you aren't worth the spit you were born in. You're not worth the placenta that you laid in. You're not worth a hill of beans. And so, yes, it is true that a man that finds a wife is a good thing. Now, for men, we love to say, of course, you know, I'm polyamorous. And guys that fake polyamory or like a lot of women, one of the big things that we say as men is, but the ratio is 3-to-1. Hey, Nikki Pooh. You know, and so one of the things is, you know, the ratio is 3-to-1, right? That is correct. Women outnumber men 3-to-1. So, how can a woman be a wife when there's not enough men to cover all these women? Hopefully, by the end of this show, you can honestly say to yourself, oh, I haven't been doing everything I could be to be that treasure. I don't want to point fingers. I don't want to make you feel less about yourself. But if I'm going to talk about guys on this thing and what we need to do as men, I need to talk to my women sometime. And so this one is going to be kind of a discussion to you. Are you a good thing? How do you carry yourself? And when I look on social media and when I think about life, even as a whole, it sucks a lot of times because, like with Black women, and I'm not going to get into the slavery thing. I'm not going to get into the roots of the origin of the Me Too, because we know all this. We know all this. We are at a place now. We're talking about 2020. We're at a place now where Black women have more power in society than a Black man. And a lot of Black women use that power for abuse. Where you're messy, you're competitive, you're jealous, you're rude, you hate everything about a Black man. You're too competitive against your own. And then we look and we say, well, I can't find no husband. I can't find no husband. Ain't no good men out here. All men ain't this. All men ain't that. How many times have we looked at ourselves? And for ladies, I'm not a lady, but I'm going to talk like that tonight because that just helps me with my conversation. How many times have you looked at yourself and said, this is what I need to fix. This is what I need to get better on. I understand. Everybody thinks they're the best version of themselves. When I was the worst version of myself, I still thought I was the best version of myself. I professed that. I acted like that. But deep down inside, I knew there was things about me that I needed to fix, that I needed to change. And we don't take the time to self-reflect enough. We take more time listening to people that will enable our thoughts about ourselves. As y'all know, me and J-Rock J-Rock and I do a radio station, the Super Duper Sunday Music Review Show on Sundays. And some artists get upset by what we say and the critiques we say. Why? Because they think their song is the best song. You know how many times since I've been in music, I've heard artists come up to me with a song and be like, oh, check out my hot new single. Oh, this is my hot song. Like, first of all, who told you it was hot? Second of all, who told you it was your single? And I want to give a shout out to Saint, because on Sunday, we critiqued one of Saint's songs and he was so positive about it. He didn't get mad. He didn't shoot slugs, any of that. And I think, and I agree with that, but we don't, it's okay for us to grow when we're the ones saying we need to grow. It's okay for us to acknowledge our flaws to ourselves. And as long as we say these mistakes before somebody else, we cool with that. But when somebody else calls us out on our mess, when somebody else calls us out on our imperfections, then there's a problem. Even for a lot of women, I've talked to guys in relationships, and I just talked to one of my good friends back home, and she was telling me a situation I was very closely to, and I think I talked about this on the last show. Y'all make sure y'all check it out on YouTube, all of the old podcasts. And it was a situation that was very close to my own. And when I was talking to her, she was like, but Jones, this, but Jones, I said, you're still not listening. I said, don't do this. And you did this. Now, when he shoot at you like this, you like, oh, and what happened within the mode of the conversation, it went from him being mad at her to her getting mad at him, instead of her acknowledging what he said to grow to make them work together. So I thought, look, if he don't want to fool with you no more, that's on you at this point. Even in situations, we'd rather listen to our friends than the person that we love. We'd rather listen to our sister, our cousin, our brother, right? Or whatever the situation, instead of the person that we love. Now, for ladies, you want your man to listen to you. You want your man to hear your heart. But when a man comes to you about your imperfections, it's always a little caveat. Oh, you trying to do this. Oh, this is who I am. Oh, you got to accept me for who I am. How is he supposed to find a good thing when you're not willing to compromise? Nobody is perfect. Everybody has a chance to grow. Everybody has a chance to grow. I told one of my fellow teachers today, we was talking, I said, I got to get on it. I've been on it. I've been cool, but now it's time to change to Mr. Jones now. I'm back to Mr. Jones. Spaceship, the summer of Spaceship was cool. It was fun, but now it's time to get back home because now I have to check myself. And a lot of women, if we get back in the context of this conversation, a lot of women think they are a good thing when in fact, you're not. You're flawed. You're a good thing as far as God makes beautiful black women are the best. And a lot of times I talk about certain things on Facebook and women love to do this, right? A man will say something and a woman will come behind him. Who you been dealing with? I don't know what type of women you fool with. This is the majority of the world. If the ratio is 3-to-1, that means only 1/3 of women are wifey material or going to be wifey material or a good thing or a treasure. That means 67% of the world of women are fucked up. But we don't pay attention to that. We only try to look at what we see in our bubble. And even there, we watch the ratchet shows, we watch the ratchet Facebooks, the ratchet Twitters, the ratchet TikToks, the ratchet IGs, and then you expect for a man not to have some type of discernment or not to be skeptical. We see you out here talking about, oh, nigga, all a dude got to do is spend money on you. But then you want him to come at you in a such and such way. Oh, you've been busting it wide open for 30 years, but now you want this dude to come at you in a certain type of way. What are you laying? What foundation are you laying to be a good thing? Are you wifeable? This does not take away the concept of being a good person. I'm not saying you're not a good. I have some great friends that we both know that they're not wifey material. It's just not that's just not them. They don't want it. And that's okay. But if you are out here actively and seeking to find a husband, and that's another thing. We don't necessarily, what's up, Tania? We don't necessarily want to just talk about every woman in the world. I'm talking about women that are actively pursuing the quote unquote American dream. I don't know how to feel about that. We have so many slave owner mentalities that I don't want to get into. But if that's what you covet, if that's what you desire, what are you doing to put yourself in that position to win? Because the fact is, there are some women that are putting themselves in a position to win. And there are some people that win that shouldn't win. So you're already behind the 8-ball. We've been at work and seen a person get a promotion that we know that didn't deserve. We've been at a game and seen somebody get a championship that didn't play. We've seen somebody come to the casino and hit on their first play, and I've been playing for $300 worth. Everybody don't deserve it. So you're already behind the 8-ball. So now we got the people that don't deserve it that get it. We got the people that don't want it. And we got the people that bullshitting. And then you got this little old bubble over here of women that are doing the right thing. But you got to figure out what box are you in? had a chick once tell me, you know, oh, I'm looking for my one and only, but you busting it down every day. Now, I ain't tripping about that. Y'all know me. And one night I'm gonna do a sexual talk. You know, it might not even go on Facebook. I mean, on YouTube, but we might have one of those. I used to do those. Y'all know my sexuality is a little different than most. But don't say that, because I may not be the one, but those other guys. I don't want a woman who, when we go out, always wants to be the loudest person in the room. I don't want a woman who always know what I'm saying, what I'm thinking before I say it. I don't. I need a woman that understands certain things. There's certain things about me, even as I put the pieces together, of my life, of my manhood, that I need to find that good thing, to be comfortable to say, that is my good thing. And that's another part about it. It's not everybody's good thing. It's one person's good thing. It's so many parts of this. It's so many different people looking for different things in different people. One thing I learned, what up, Shane? One thing I learned when I got married and got divorced, you know, before I got married, women like to ask me, so what are you looking for in a woman? Right? What are you looking for in a woman? Even on social media sites, what are you looking for? And it took me getting divorced to realize you don't know what you want until you have what you do not want. It's hard to understand the person you need to satisfy your spirit. Because if we're talking about marriage, we're not talking necessarily about a physical thing. We're not necessarily talking about an intellectual thing. We're not even only talking about a monetary thing. All those things are great and they add to the culmination of marriage. But who is going to add to your spirit? Who's going to make you do things that you say you don't do? Who is going to make you feel a certain way that you've rarely felt before? And when you have those things, you have to hold yourself to a higher standard. And I think for my ladies in this world nowadays, because I feel like social media plays on us. It plays on our neediness. It plays on our loneliness. It plays on our need for acceptance, right? But now you have social media. Now you can also be a character. Me growing up, you didn't have social media. So who you saw was who they were. Now we're getting in relationships with people we've never even met. We're building bonds with people we've never even seen. We've never connected with. I really don't know your energy. But I'm on a phone or I'm on Facebook or Twitter or Black Planet or MySpace or whatever these social groups are saying, oh, I like you. How do I like you and I never met you? How do I like you and I never felt your energy? And we're confusing this thing because we're hearing. I was doing a thing today on digital citizenship for school. And one of the questions on the quiz was, people are rude on social media because, and the answer was because they can be anonymous. When you can be anonymous, you can be a fictional character. You could become anybody and anything. You could, and we don't fact check. Black people, we don't fact check too much. A woman can post pictures of food. We'll think she can cook. A person can post, I post pictures all the time, and some of them I be out of town, some of them I don't, some of them will be on planes, and people are like, oh, I thought you was out of town. Nah, nigga, I just posted the picture. It's just, and sometimes I know what I'm doing, sometimes I don't, sometimes I just post a picture. But the thing is, because I can post that picture, anybody can think anything about me. Now you can tag your location. So if I tag a location in Mexico, I remember one year, I think I made a post that said I was in like Maryland or Maine or something. Vancouver. Matter of fact, me and Jay were on a boat party. We said we was in Canada. People like, oh, y'all in Vancouver, Canada. Nigga, we was on Lake Louisville. When you're on social media, that's not who you are. Now we go back to, okay, well, if he liked me, he needs to take me on a date. He needs to do this. So now you're talking about a man making an investment. To find a treasure, You have to plan and you have to invest in that treasure. And that reward has to be more than the effort, than the investment. Nobody wants a reward that the investment costs more than. Yes, a man that finds a wife finds a good thing, but you don't cook, you don't clean, you nag, you want to go to the club all the time. You ain't got no job. You don't feed my spirit. You don't even care about my day. You don't even massage my shoulders when I get off of work. You're not a good thing. And before I continue, ladies, I know there's some sucker ass niggas that take this stuff for granted, that don't appreciate you. That's not what I'm talking about tonight. That's not what I'm talking about tonight. So before anybody makes a comment about what a guy does, we're taking ownership for you today. We're not taking ownership for what a man does. We get on that. I talk about me all the time. I'm just not going to be that Derek Jacks guy, whatever his name is. But what about you? Is it because you look good? Because you suck Peter? Do you know I can get sex? And this for almost any man that is sexually active. I'm not going to say it for dudes that ain't getting none. But for any dude that's sexually active, we can get sex before we can probably get free food. So while y'all think sex, and for y'all, oh, it's so emotional. Sex for y'all ain't sex for us. And if you want men to think about your feelings and how you feel in certain situations, you got to come down off your high horse and understand how men feel. Because I'm not saying it's right, wrong, or indifferent, but for men, we don't equate sex as much as you do. So if that's what you want, if that's what you want to do, if you want to equate sex like that and say, oh, this is how it's going to be, then whatever we equate to you, you have to accept that. You have to accept that. Right? I know many women that think they got a man because they got some good pussy. No. Honestly, can I pull the covers off real quick? Besides talking to women, when men talk to each other, I have really never even heard a man say, damn, her pussy was good, bro. Man, I'm in love. We'll say she can fuck. We can say she got some good head. We can say she nasty. But having some good pussy is not the deal maker. That is not the deal maker to make a man stay. If a man loves you because of your sex and he wants to be with you, I guarantee you he's more than likely a bum. He's more than likely a bum. Right? And then a man can find you and think of you as a good thing. But guess what? You may not like him. You may miss your blessing and refuse to the rest of your life blame you for missing that man that found you as his queen. Because we get too shallow. We get too caught up in appearances. And I'm not just talking about physical appearance. I'm talking about the appearance of what other people going to think about you. If that man loves you and he's showing you that he loves you, you need to take a hard, long look before you dismiss him. There was a time for me when I used to laugh at women that dissed me, right? And I'll see them because, once again, on social media, we want to put all our business on social media. We want to talk all our stuff on social media. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. But when you put in a relationship and then you put single, I am going to put a laughing emoji on that. And then I'm going to go on the post and I'm going to put them laughing eyes. Ha, 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 ha. Might put a GIF. Right? You so mean. No. I wanted to, and I'm quick, and it's not bitter for me. And I used to, because when you just bitter, you just mad. No, I'm laughing because you fucked up. I'm laughing because you got your feelings hurt. So even if a man finds his good thing, that good thing still got to latch on to that man and understand that he want to be that guy for you. Because some of these handsome, balling, millionaire ass dudes ain't gonna treat you what you worth, mama. They're not gonna treat you what you desire to be treated. But God in that Bible and in that chapter, that verse, did not say he's gonna look like everything you want. He didn't put that caveat. He didn't say he gonna have all the money in the world. You gotta recognize when a man finds you as a good thing. If I go up to somebody right now, and it's happened to me musically, right? Somebody call me, say, "Hey, my song La La." When I first did La La, it was getting ready to chart. It was blowing up, and I had somebody call me like, "Yo, I want to buy that song from you." I said no. I ain't had another song like that since. I've had some hot songs, but I ain't never had another opportunity like that again. If a man finds you, tells you he wants you, and shows you who he is to you, and you don't cleave to that, you don't respect that, you can't be out here talking about ain't no good men out here. Ain't no good men that you want, because the good men that you want or the men that you want ain't good. And we have to recognize that. You ladies have to recognize that. For people that know me, I call myself Friend Zone Freddy. I tried to holler at a lot of females in my life and end up in the friend. That's why I got so many female friends now. I am Friend Zone Freddy. That's cool. But I guarantee you my ex-wife couldn't say I was a bad man. I guarantee you if I get married again, my next wife ain't gonna say I'm a bad man. But I wasn't good enough for her. And her next husband wasn't good enough for her. And her husband before me wasn't good enough for her. And her husband after that wasn't good enough for her. And then finally people are like, wait a minute, you done had 5 husbands. Who's the problem here? But I know when we got divorced, she made people think that I was the one doing the bad thing. I was the one not honoring her. And this is before I had kids and everything, right? So I was balling, I was teaching, I had paper, I ain't got no kid. What? But we have to look inward. We have to look at self. What is stopping you from being found? You can't be a buried treasure and keep digging a deeper ditch and expecting somebody to find you. Those is what we call games. Hey, me over here. No, don't pick me. Don't pick me. Hey, me over here. Hey, no, don't pick me. Don't pick me. Hey, me over here. No, don't pick me. So you have to be smart enough. You have to be smart enough to understand where you're at in life. What's your end game? And build that plan and fix yourself up and take that criticism. Iron sharpens iron. If I can't talk to you, or if I talk to you and we're dating and I feel like every time I talk to you either gets turned on me or you're not listening to what I'm saying to make this relationship better, I'm checking out. And then a woman tries to understand like, well, he stopped loving me. I don't know what happened. He just started cheating on me. Let me tell you. I'm not going to go there too far. But every time a man cheats on you, it's not just because he wants some more pussy. And men, we come from, more than likely, emotional deficient homes or emotionally deficient home, whether that's a single parent home, even a 2-parent home where the parents work a lot. Or it's not, I won't say very rare, but it's not as much as women think. And that's going back to what I said earlier. A lot of times women they want to put men in the place that they're at. But as a man, we don't get that. We don't get that emotional. So if I feel like I can't open my emotions to you, because I can't open my emotions to everybody. And if I love you enough and trust you enough to open up and you're not receptive of that, it's going to make me push away. I'm not saying right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm saying what happens. Well, come talk to me. Well, you already proved to yourself I can't talk to you. Well, leave me. It's not that easy. And once again, women are so rude, and we see it all the time where women will cut a man down just for leaving. He ain't shit. I'm back better than ever. Now, once again, you done opened up your little Facebook diary so everybody know your thoughts. And now everybody dogging this man and don't know the truth. Because you're not being a treasure. I don't give a fuck. Me and my baby mama, when we broke up, she did some dirty shit to me and I not one time put a post on Facebook about it. It ain't everybody's business. Facebook is like the police. Anything you say or do can be held against you. So when you're doing stuff like this, wonder why it comes back on you. It doesn't just disappear because you don't remember it. Your actions don't just disappear because you don't remember it. Your words just don't disappear because you don't remember them. It's your boy. Spaceship Oasis the Incredible. This is Straight Talk with Spaceship, episode 11. A man that finds a wife. Y'all make sure y'all share the show. Log in. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. If you want to support the show, please donate. The Cash App and the PayPal is down at the bottom. Whatever you want to give, from 1 penny to $1 million is a blessing to us, and we appreciate you right now. So, I try to hit us with facts and shit. I try to look through some things. So I was looking through this thing earlier, and hopefully it don't give me any volume. But let me see here. If I can get rid of this volume, because I don't want this volume on my shit. All right. So I was looking at this UK post. There we go. There was this UK post. And it was about if a woman has these 14 qualities, never let her go. And so when I read them, I was like, I don't know about all this, right? From Independent Magazine. Because for me as a man, I don't want to agree with some of this stuff. But then when I sit back and think about some of this stuff, I'm like, yeah. Like the first one is, she is smarter than you. At 40 years of age, I am coming to the grips that I don't know a lot of shit. I have lived off the premise that I was the smartest person in the room, when in fact I may have been the dumbest person in the room, but I could fake it. I know a little bit. I've tried to learn a lot in the streets, but there's a lot of stuff I don't know. And I want a woman who is smarter than me. But don't throw it in my face. Right? And so I'm going to go through these things and I'm going to kind of talk about them. Because for me, these 14 things kind of got me close to saying, okay, this is a good thing. She's a good thing, right? So she has to be smarter than you. You want a woman that's smarter than you. As science agrees, Lawrence Whaley, professor emeritus at the University of Aberdeen, has been researching dementia for a long time. And he found that a smart woman can protect you from dementia later in life. His advice, the thing a boy is never told, is he needs to do if he wants to live a longer life. But what he should do is marry an intelligent woman. And so when we think about that, sometimes men, we have to humble ourselves for that. And ladies, it's okay to be smart. It's okay to be intelligent. It's okay to be highly qualified. I know a lot of smart women. I know a lot of women with masters and doctorates and businesses and whatever the fuck they're doing. But are you truly grasping that intellect? Are you truly growing as a woman? As a woman. Like I understand. And I don't know what you've been through in life, but ask yourself, you quit going to high school. You didn't go back to get your GED. You was cool at working at Target and Golden Chick and Williams Chicken, right? You was cool with that. What does that put you? What bracket of man are you going to deal with? When I'm looking for a wife, I'm looking for someone who's intelligent. I never thought about somebody smarter than me, but I always thought about having someone who was at least on my intellectual level, right? Number two, are you honest? Are you honest? Not honest when it's time you think it's honest. Not drunk honest either. I've been researching that. I might have to do a show. I might have to do a show about that. About people who honesty only comes out when they drunk. I'm gonna do some research on that. But are you honest? Everyone makes mistakes and bad decisions. But do you get your man back on track? Do you criticize him in a good way? Do you tell him what's real instead of making him figure shit out? Like somewhere in our minds, somebody has told us to make the black man guess. Don't tell the black man how you feeling. And as I say that, it sounds like a suppression of both sides, right? So you have to ask yourself, am I an honest person? If you're not an honest person, people can read that off you. People can tell, right? What is your outlook on life? Have you, and I ask you ladies, have you ever met someone, male or female, and they're just always pessimistic? There's always problems. There's always shit going on. And even when shit goes on, how do they fix it? How do they fix it? Like, for me, I applied for a position at my job. I did not get the position, right? What do I do now? Oh, man, fuck this school, man. I'm finna leave this school, man. No, I gotta go in there this year and be better than I ever been before. I gotta make you regret that. I want a woman in my life who's gonna be optimistic. I don't need a woman because I'm a downer myself, right? I'm a lonely soul. I'm an entertainer. Entertainers live miserable lives. If y'all don't know that, I am a emotional bank, but I only really give deposits. People only deposit. I don't withdraw a lot. I don't talk a lot. So I need a partner. I need a partner that's going to keep me motivated, keep me optimistic. And I even hear things like this because I'm gonna try to hit what I hear also from women. He shouldn't need me to be out. He should be optimistic on his own. He don't need. I can be. I'm good on my own. But if I'm gonna have you around, what the fuck are you around for if you're not gonna be a positive person? I can do it on my own. I can be positive on my own. But if you're gonna be in my life, why do I want someone who's not gonna promote positive outlooks? Who's not gonna encourage me? Bang, oh, you got that interview, woo, woo. Oh, I hope you get it. That. Even if a man don't smile, that shit make him feel good on the inside. And he be like, you know what? That's my motherfucking rider right there. She ride with me. And you can't do it wanting something back. You can't do it wanting a reaction. You can't do it thinking you're going to get something from it. What you get from it is your inner peace. That got to be just you. That just got to be you. You have to just be an optimistic person. We cutting down that 3 to 1 ratio now. Now we get into that ratio where a lot of people going to be like, that's not me. Be honest with yourself. Oh, do you compromise? Life can't always be a bed of roses. At some point in your relationship, you and your partner will disagree. It's completely normal and even inevitable. If y'all aren't having to come to a compromise, somebody's controlling the relationship. If y'all never have any compromises or any disagreements, somebody's a dom, somebody's a sub, and somebody's getting their way all the time. But the relationship can only work if both partners are willing to compromise. Psychologists of UCLA have accompanied 172 married couples for 11 years and came to a simple conclusion. It's easy to be committed to your relationship when it's going well. As a relationship changes, however, shouldn't you say at some point something like, I'm committed to this relationship, but it's not going very well. I need to have some resolve, make some sacrifices, and take the steps I need to keep this relationship moving forward. Your relationship should not be great all the time. But it can't be only your partner making these sacrifices, making these changes for the betterment of your relationship. You have to know what your partner likes too. I was asked once. I was asked once. It seemed like you're trying to control me, and I don't. And I kind of got offended by it. But then I started thinking like, it's not a matter of control. That's the negative and pessimistic outlook of things. It's telling you what I like, telling you how I like things. Just like a woman loves women, y'all love to tell men how your expectations are. This is what you expect. This is what you want. This is how it's supposed to be done. If it ain't done like this, we got a problem. But when a man comes to you, how do you respond to it? You try to control me or let me compromise? Let me fix that. Let me see. And so if you're controlling your relationship, women, if your man is the only one that is doing the compromising, and I'll tell you another thing, if your man is not even bringing up something for you to compromise on, he's checked out. He don't give a fuck what you do. He do not care if you don't make him happy. Because there's going to always be something that the other person is not making you happy by. Men and women included, right? So if they don't come to you, if you don't see that, if there's no conversation about that or no disagreement or no evolving, you're not a good thing. You're not a good thing. Sorry. Next. Does she laugh at your jokes? Do you laugh at your man jokes? I'm not a jokester, so no one laughs at my jokes. We always want somebody by our side who actually laughs at our jokes. In 2006, a study, Westfield State University suggests that having a partner who thinks they're funny is more important for men than for women. Once again, so for a woman, we're not thinking about it. But for men, if you don't think we're funny, that does something to our pride. When women talk about a man cheating, this is one of the reasons why men cheat. To get their ego stroked. I'm not saying it's right, wrong, or indifferent. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm telling you the why. If you want to hear the why, shut up and listen to the why. Right? This is why men cheat. Because this chick laughs at my jokes. Well, go be with her then. It's tough. We ain't gonna get in that. We ain't gonna get in that. Shut up. I hear what you're saying. But she laughed at my joke. You ever notice, like, even like a man that will stay at happy hour with the coworkers or go shoot hoops? It's because there's entertainment there. If you're not laughing at my jokes, then it's kind of like, you ever been to a comedy show and you don't laugh at the comedian jokes? What happens to the atmosphere? So imagine being in a relationship. Imagine being in a house where my woman don't laugh at my jokes. I'm just saying. Definitely. Movement by yourself, but a forced one together. And that's what you want. You want somebody that's together, right? All right, let's go to the next one. She has an open heart. Do you have an open heart? Having a partner who shines in the public spotlight and can easily make herself heard in a group makes life a lot easier. A study suggests that people who are open-hearted and share personal information are seen as especially attractive. The authors of the study even said that this quality is so important that people would judge the physical appearance of open-hearted people as more handsome or beautiful. Now, that one I was like, But once again, I had to go back to what I was doing today with digital citizenship. Personal information is not the same as private information. And a lot of people know me for me, and this may be one of the reasons why I'm so sexy. I'm very transparent. I'm a very transparent person. I try to be have an open heart with open dialogue. As I told y'all, I say it all the time, I'm not perfect. And I think for a woman, when I was doing my social media kick, right? Like POF and all that really hard, tagged and all that, I would meet chicks and I would try to converse with them. I'd be like, what's your name? And they'd be like, Peaches. I instantly know, if anything, I'm gonna just fuck. Even when I tell people my name, people see me at Spaceship or in the club, but for the most part, I don't want you to know just Spaceship. I don't want you to just know the alter ego. I don't want you to just to know that side of me. I'll tell you, I was talking to a chick once and I told her some personal information. She didn't remember it. And it hurt me. It stopped the relationship. It stopped this literally, like, that was the day. That was the moment. That was the second that I was like, she ain't the one. Up until that moment, I liked her. I really liked her. And that was the moment I was like, she's not the one. I don't want a woman who I have to pry information from. Women love to ask questions. Women love to ask questions, but you have to be receptive to those questions. You have to give out that personal information. You gotta, once again, it's that energy. And if the energy is one-sided and a man feels that way, we become reclusive. We back off. And you're not a good thing. You're not a treasure to us. You're not something we want to discover. The asset, the reward is not enough for the investment. You want me to invest all of this, but you're not giving any of this back. There's no reward for a man. Okay? Let's go to the next one. Oh, ooh. This is a big one. This is a big one for me. She supports your goals and pursues her own. There's two parts to that now. She supports your goals. You know how many women have hated me because I'm an entertainer? All my little groupies. I don't need to come to your show. You got all these groupies. As a man, what do you truly say to some shit like that, right? I don't need to sing your song. Your fans, you got all them little fans. First of all, little's a hate word. And second, you're supposed to be my biggest fan. You should not be jealous. You are the one I'm going home with. You are getting all this dick. All of it. You getting it in the car. Matter of fact, I'm drunk. You can get it right here in this chair. Stop playing with me. Why are you worried about these women paying our bills? I dated women who didn't know my music. I've dated women who never came to my shows. I've dated women who never listened to an album, never watched the show. Or when she watched the show or come, she's so profound that it's over supportive. And that's the thing you can't do. You can do too much. You can be extra. When you're supporting his goals, you gotta play your position. You can't just be out here reckless with it. Yeah, I'm with Spaceship. This Spaceship. I'm Spaceship. Boo. Don't look like no clown. Supporting his goals means being in line with his goal. And the most important part of that part is pursues her own. I don't want a boring chick. I don't want a chick without a hobby, something. What are your goals? What do you want to do? Keep feeding your brain. I don't want a lazy in the house, do nothing chick. My daughter's mom, I think one of the reasons we didn't work is because I taught and I went to do music. So I wasn't at home. And yes, it was tough, because I wasn't there all the time with my daughter. But her and her whole family are go to work at 8, be home by 5:30, have dinner together, watch the news, Hell's Kitchen, HGTV, everybody go to sleep. Good night. Every day. What's your goals, homie? What do you want to do, homie? You good? And it's one of the differences I actually see when I get my daughter. Like, I'm not saying nothing. I don't want to say anything negative about her mom. Damn straight. But I don't see you like in realtor school or trying to finish your bachelor's or trying to do something. Oh, we're gonna get a business. I don't see that. So that energy ain't there, right? That energy is not there. That fire to pursue your own goals is not there. So, why smart men wear smart women? Scientists tried to prove this. That men, for a long time, scientists tried to prove that men preferred to marry weak women. In her book, Christine Whelan thoroughly debunks this myth and proves with statistics that successful, well-educated, and high-earning women do not marry less often than others. A strong woman by your side will motivate you and won't be dependent on you. You don't need to worry about her, and she won't need your constant validation. A weak person often tends to forget his or her own goals. These people don't just prioritize the goals of their partner, they tend to co-opt them completely. This has been shown by a study at the University of British Columbia. You need a healthy combination of personal goals and goals that you pursue together. I don't want you to own, and that's the other side of the spectrum I really didn't discuss. Somebody that didn't have their own goals, that all they wanted to do was be part of my business, be in my stuff, be in my mix. No, I'm not. You can't sit, and I have had this. You can't sit by me every time I have a personal conversation. You can't be on every meeting. You can't come on every trip. You can't come on every tour. You can't come to every time I go out of town. If I got to get up at 12 o'clock at night to go do a show or meet somebody, it happens. It happens. I need somebody that has their own stuff so they won't just be dependent on me for all of their emotional stability. And I think women, sometimes you have a tendency to forget that. Men want you to have something that's sexy to us. Do hair, do coupon, do some couponing business, right? Cook something, because you won't be spending all your time thinking about me. And as a man, a good thing to us is something that we don't have to, I won't say deal with, but like, fuck, I gotta be your source of entertainment. I gotta be your source of emotional connection. I gotta be your best friend. I gotta be your father. I gotta be your daddy, like, or you know, whatever, right? Right? Men don't want that. So to a man, you're not that good thing. Let me keep going. Get up out of here. She has a good relationship with her parents. I don't know about this one because I hear that a lot. Watch how a man deals with his mama, and that's how he'll treat you. And I don't believe that's accurate. I'm not going to get in that too much because I don't like to talk about my situation too much. But researchers of Alberta questioned 2,970 people of all ages, saw a clear correlation between the relationship to the parents in their teen years and her love life later on. This doesn't mean that her relationship with her parents always needs to be perfect. Understanding your contribution to the relationship with your parents will be important to recognizing any tendency to replicate behavior, positive or negative, in an intimate relationship. You know, so, you know, it's just how you, I guess, and even for me, I'm not going to ever disrespect my mom. I love her. I just don't have that type of relationship with her. Number 9, she is kind. Are you kind? Are you just a kind person? Or are you just a person that, like, and that's what I said about social media earlier. Sometimes we go out our way to be rude. Sometimes we go out our way to be mean. Sometimes we go out our way to be bitter. In all these situations, you have to be kind. He identified 2 types of couples. Who is this? John Gottman, masters and disasters. The disasters break it off in the first 6 years of a relationship, but the masters stay together for a long time and always have this one thing in common. They are scanning social environment for things they can appreciate and say thank you for. They're building this culture of respect and appreciation for purposefully, very purposefully. If you're just not a kind person, if you're just not a, like, people call me a me, and I'm an asshole. Everybody that knows me knows Spaceship Oasis is an asshole. But everybody that knows me knows I am a kind asshole. I love you to death. You might not like what I say. You might not like my actions. But I always try to be kind. She remains calm in fights and calms you down. Why would I want to date a woman who's going to escalate situations? Why do I want to deal with a woman who's going to start fights? I don't want to go out to a restaurant with a woman who I know gonna complain every time. That shit is irritating. Or when we go to the club and somebody spill a drink, now you want to scrap. And even when I get upset, I need you to be my peace. You ain't supposed to amp me up. My homeboy, Duper, in Flint, got killed. He worked at the Family Dollar, no, Dollar General, back in Flint, worked security. A woman and her daughter came into the Family Dollar or the Dollar General, right? Came into the Dollar General without the mask on. Duper, the security guard, says, hey, everybody has to wear a mask. The mother got mad. The mother got cussing. He tells them don't serve her. She has to leave. She spits on my man Duper. My man Duper is like 6'5", 340, 350. Big, solid dude. Big, right? What does the woman do? How did she react? She went home, got her husband and her son. Her son ended up killing this man. Why does a man, how are you a good thing if you're escalating situations? How are you a good thing if you can't be my peace and you're supposed to be my covering? How are you a good thing if I can't trust you to go out with your homegirl and you don't come home with a black eye? Even if some shit pop off, I would walk away from you. I don't do that. If it's a situation that I feel like should be addressed and I'm with you, we're going to address that shit. I'm the man. But even still, if it's a situation that's spontaneous, I need you to calm me down. If we're disagreeing, if we're having an argument and you're getting angry and you want to swing on me, you want to fight me, I don't see how people stay in these abusive relationships. It's a control thing, but that's, once again, those aren't good things. I don't care how you call it. I don't care what you want to say. Those people aren't good things. I'm not going to stay with no woman who's abusing me. I'm not going to stay with a woman who's trying to argue with me all loud and shit. And they can't calm me down. Can't bring me to a place where I have to bite my tongue. Okay? The relationship will last the longest if the woman can calm herself during a fight and transfer those emotions to the man. This effect is not the same if the man is the one to calm down first. It's not the same. I know you want it to be. I know y'all want everything to be equal. Well, the man it's not the same. A man calming down is not the same as a woman calming down. Okay? It's just not. She does foolish things with you. Do you have fun with your man? Do y'all do goofy shit? Have you found a woman who does not hold it against you if you stayed out too long partying? In most cases, it's because she was at the party with you, right? Married individuals show the happiest couples were those who drank alcohol together. It could be that couples that do more leisure time activities together have better marital quality. Do y'all take crazy pictures? Do y'all go do silly stuff? Do y'all embarrass each other? Why don't we, this minute, why don't we embarrass ourselves in front of our mate more? We are so prideful. Our egos are so big and our feelings are so sensitive that we can't embarrass ourselves. We can't do fun and foolish things with our mate anymore. We are very literal. Sarcasm doesn't work anymore. Well, same conversation, my homegirl. So they broke the ice. She had called him or she had texted him and made a little sly comment, right? So he made a fly comment back. And that was what she got mad about. That hurt my feelings. But you hit him with a joke first. But he a man. He all good. He shouldn't have said that about me. First of all, you can't tell a person how to come back on the joke. If you shoot a joke out there, you got to come back with the joke. But have fun. Have fun. Do crazy stuff. Do exciting things together. And that even goes to sexually. I learned with an ex, y'all can have the same thoughts, the same nasty, perverted, disgusting desires, and won't ever tell each other and do it together. Hey, man, look, if you have a fear of rejection with someone, then you need to know that that's not the person for you. I'm wasting my time. If I have a fear of rejection from somebody of doing something, I should not be with that person. Now, that's not to say that that person might not say, nah, baby, don't do this, or Nah, baby, don't do, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that everything's gonna be perfect. I'm saying that a person should not bring to you, a person that you are spending this much time with to be with, should not give you a fear of rejection. And that's just at that point, when you have a fear of rejection from your mate, that's when you need to leave. And if you don't leave, now all the emotional baggage that's going to be in that relationship is on you. That's on you, right? Let me go ahead. She has a life of her own. I just talked about this earlier. Having your own space and privacy is even more important to your relationship than a good sex life. I I declare have a life of your own. I don't need to talk to you all day. I don't need to be around you all day. I don't. Uh, I tell women I talk to. Uh, I want, even if we live together, I want an apartment. And it don't necessarily have to be for me. If you and your homegirls just want to go over there and kick it, you want to go over there and do hair, you want to go over there and do this, I don't care. Have a life of your own. Go to the mall, go out of town, do this, do like when individuals have their own friends, their own set of interests, when they're able to define themselves not by their spouse or relationship, that makes them happier and less bored. I saw something the other day on Facebook that really pissed me off. And it was about a dude who was talking about, of course, a female reposted it. He was mentally cheating on his girlfriend at the time, who ended up being his wife, because he had a platonic friend. And once he set her down and stopped talking to her, he said his relationship with his wife got better. And I say to you, sir, that's because of your guilty conscience. Because my best friend is a female, and I'd be damned if I stop talking to her for anybody that I plan to be my good thing, to be my treasure. I don't believe that. I don't believe that a woman should not have any male friends. If you're doing something on the side, that's a totally different subject. But why would I marry someone that I don't have trust in? Why would I go that far in life? You have a lot of fucking steps to hit before you get married. Why am I going to go all the way to that step and still don't trust you? You cannot smother a man and think that's the way you gonna keep him. I'm sorry. It does not work. Even if you're a woman who chooses to sacrifice your life for a man, don't do it ever. Ever. You gotta have your own. You have to find a way to recharge. And if he doesn't understand, like I say, my grandparents, I grew up in a two grandparent house. My grandfather went fishing on Fridays. He didn't come back Friday mornings. He'd get back to Sunday night, maybe Monday morning, 12, 1 o'clock, because I would help him unload the coolers out the van, and we'd go downstairs in the basement and clean the fish, bag it up, put water on it, and put it in a deep freezer. My granddaddy didn't have a cell phone. He didn't know how to use a cell phone. He didn't know how to use a house phone. The nigga didn't know numbers. So when he left on that Friday, he was gone to that Sunday. And it wasn't an issue. I ain't talked to you all day. We don't trust our spouses anymore. We don't trust the people we're interested in anymore. Because we're so caught up in this. Oh, we're killing ourselves with social media. We're killing ourselves with trying to make this person dependent upon us. And then we're losing our self-identity in relationships. Look, all I say is this. The woman I talk to knows my best friend. You have to keep that line open. If you don't keep that line open, then now you're opening up the doors. Now you're feeding into this waste of society. But I have to trust when you say I'm with that best friend. When I say I'm with J-Rock, I'm with J-Rock. J-Rock wife used to think that I was like the corrupter of J-Rock at a time. Because J-Rock would say we was together or whatever, and I wouldn't be there, or J-Rock could get caught up doing something, and they were like, spaceship, you knew, and I was like, I didn't know. You have to, but you gotta have your own, you have to have your own life. You have to have your own space. You have to have your own identity. I don't date you to become me. I'm horrible. I'm a wreck. I'm trying to fix me. I don't want another me in my life. I got one, J-Rock, and I got another one, Puka. I got 2 Pisces in my life. I need another sign that's trying to be a Pisces. That's horrible, right? Let me get out of here. I got a couple more. 13. Oh, I just said that she accepts your flaws. Too many relationships only seem to consist of one partner criticizing the other. Ugly pants, their bad jokes, their annoying habit of chewing too loudly. You get the picture. If you have found a woman who can just accept you, you should consider yourself lucky. An optimistic approach will rub off on you and attract you to others who are seeing the world as half full. Ladies, don't criticize your man. Watch what you're saying. You have to be very mindful of that. It's easy to say I'm making a joke. It's easy because we talked about joking earlier. But you got to watch how you're criticizing, what you're saying, what you're doing. And you have to focus on bringing that positive energy. Because even if he's not a positive person, that will change the situation. And we talk about, we have these songs and we have this empowerment. And I will be one of the first to say the woman is the backbone of any relationship. Y'all are the emotional characters. And if y'all are the emotional beings, if y'all want to be emotional, then you need to pay attention to people's emotions and their feelings. And you got to know what you're saying to that man. Like, you can't talk down on a man and expect him to still love you. You know what I'm saying? You can't talk down on a man and expect him to still have the same feelings. Let me get to this last one, because I'm spending too much time on here. She does not bear grudges. Oh, that's a good one. She does not bear grudges. If you find a woman who can forgive others, you will have her by your side for a long time. More importantly, forgiveness is the foundation of a healthy relationship. People are neither perfect and neither are you. There will be times when you inadvertently do something that hurts your partner, and then you will need her to be able to forgive you. If you have found a woman who has some or all these qualities, treat her well and never let her go. I'm a person who prides myself on experience. You learn from experience. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. But you have to find someone. And this is the thing. Men are so emotionally damaged. And I think where this piece comes from, and this piece is written, I think, by a woman. Let me see here. Valentina and Gisela Wolf. But you have to understand that we need women to teach us how to be emotionally right, because men have an emotional imbalance that y'all just don't have. Y'all emotionally, y'all are strong. We had to be strong for y'all. Y'all had to be strong for the family. So our strength was different. Our strength was fighting the oppressor. Yours was protecting the family as we fight. And so if you have a woman who you see her, and not just you, and it's the thing, as a woman, we're not just talking about forgiving your mate, forgiving other people, holding grudges from other people. If we see you doing that, if we see you coming in love and in peace and in character, and that's very hard because everybody hold grudges. I hold grudges. That's what I'm saying. Experience is a bit. You're not finna get me again. I hold grudges. If you did some fuck shit, I'm mad. I don't like you. Right? That's who we are. But if you're a woman that can't forgive, if you're a woman who heart opens up and you understand, hey, I'm not perfect. That's a good trait to have. That's what a man is looking for. Because we fuck up. If I don't see you forgiving your best friend, and I know I'm a fuck up. I know I'm a man. I'm a fuck up because I'm a man. I'm a mess up. I'm gonna do some dumbass shit because I'm a man. Because I was born with a penis. And if you can't forgive them that you've been cool with for 10, 15, 20, 25 years, what makes you think you're going to forgive me? If everybody you get mad at you cut off, how you think that makes me feel? I'm going to be cut off as soon as you get mad. So now I got to be on pins and needles. I can't get close to you because at any moment, and I've felt like this, and I know some women have felt like this before. At any time, you can walk up and leave me. And you can say you're done and you be cool with it. Because you are a successful, smart, independent, beautiful black woman. You got dudes trying to knock down your door. These are 14 things that you have to ask yourself. Am I a good thing? Do I do these things? When I hold grudges, do I apologize? Do I love? Do I do foolish and crazy and funny stuff, or is everything serious in our relationship? Now, there may be some people that this stuff doesn't work for, right? Right? Like some of these things, you might be a serious person. You might want a serious woman. Y'all do not laugh and joke at all. I don't know how you living, but, you know. So ladies, ask yourself these things before you go out here preaching, posting all this good material on the internet that does not pertain to you. Am I a good thing? What can I fix? What can I work on? What can I do to make me a better version of me? Okay? Got it? That's all. It's your boy. Spaceship Oasis the Incredible. This is Straight Talk with Spaceship. I love y'all. Y'all make sure y'all check us out this Thursday for the Wild Out Radio. Thursday night house party with my girl. Go DJ Lady J-Rock. As always, you know, we turn up on Sundays, the Wild Out Radio Super Duper Sunday Music Review Show. And on Fridays, we just started our first edition of Black Man and Bones. We got another edition of that. It's going to be on YouTube very shortly, very soon. So I hope y'all watch that. I love y'all. Y'all be awesome. Y'all be dope. Y'all remember, be a blessing to somebody's life. It's not about what you get. It's about what you give. On behalf of the Holy Central Entertainment family, the Wild Out Radio, Go DJ, Yellow Bones Productions, and all points in between. I love y'all. Church. Yeah.